A very good evening, aspirants. Welcome to the simple and in-depth news analysis brought to you by Shankar IAS Academy. And today, 17th July 2024, we have a list of 5 articles for the discussion. And this is Nidhin. Let's begin the discussion with the first article. This editorial article talks about the children's right to play and impact of climate change on their ability to play outdoors. Play is universal, crossing national, cultural and socio-economic boundaries. According to the UNICEF, playing is crucial for children to build social connections, develop physical and mental health, and also enhance creativity. Right to play is a fundamental human right recognized globally. Emphasizing the importance of play in a child's life, it is enshrined in the Article 31 of the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Child, which acknowledges every child's right to rest, leisure, and engage in play and recreational activities appropriate to their age. Playful interactions benefit the mental health of parents, caregivers, and children, helping them cope with adverse experiences. The United Nations declared on June 11, 2024 as International Day of Play, highlighting its importance. The Value of Play report by the Real Play Coalition shows 1 in 5 children globally does not have time to play, and 1 in 10 children does not get outdoor play. In India, access to play is influenced by socio-economic factors and social identity such as caste, class, disability, and gender. Climate change is a new barrier to play, with extreme weather and rising temperatures reducing children's play time. India's climate risk and its impact on children. According to UNICEF's Children's Climate Risk Index Report 2021 says that India ranks 26 out of 163 countries in terms of children's climate risk. Floods, heat waves and droughts are becoming more common in India, with the heat waves making outdoor play increasingly unsafe. These extreme weather conditions pose significant health risks to children, limiting their ability to play outdoors and affecting their overall well-being. Now we will see the health and safety concerns due to climate risk. South Asia, particularly India, has the highest percentage of children exposed to extreme high temperatures globally. The frequent and severe heat waves in India have led to record high temperatures, resulting in school closures and restricted outdoor activities to protect children's health. This can have long-term impacts on their physical and mental health, as play is crucial for their development. Now we will see how the socio-economic disparities affects their right to play. Children from disadvantaged backgrounds are disproportionately affected by the lack of play opportunities, exacerbating existing inequalities and perpetuating poverty cycles. Urbanization and environmental degradation have reduced the ability of safe spaces, especially in low-income communities where playgrounds are often non-existing or poorly maintained. Overcrowded and small houses in these areas further limit opportunities for their indoor play. Now we will see how the right to play related to development and economic impact. Research shows that the limited access to safe play spaces hinders a child's physical and cognitive development, leading to long-term economic impact such as less skilled workforce and higher social welfare cost. Additionally, global surveys on climate anxiety among children and young people reveal heightened climate-related anxiety and disillusionment with the role of governments in supporting them, impacting their daily lives. And now we will see what are the adaptive measures can be taken to address this issue. First, to mitigate this impact, implementing bioclimatic design principles in playground infrastructure and integrating urban planning strategies are essential. Second, introducing green spaces and cooling corridors within cities can help mitigate the urban heat island effect, intensified by concrete-based construction, and provide safe play environment for children. Third, expand access to existing infrastructure and green spaces such as parks is crucial. Fourth, local communities and municipal governments should ensure parks remain open and accessible, avoiding conflicts that limit children's play opportunities. Fifth, local communities can create shaded areas in parks to provide safe play spaces on warmer days. Sixth, long-term solutions should prioritize preserving and adapting vernacular architectural technique for passive heating and cooling. This approach should be integrated into state action plans on climate change and city master plans. Seventh, special attention is needed for low-income communities, ensuring they have access to safe play spaces. Slum rehabilitation colonies, for instance, should have adequate green cover and maintained playgrounds to prevent them from becoming dumping grounds, allowing children more opportunities for socialization and recreation. That's it regarding this article. With this, we are moving on to the next article. The topic for the discussion is vaccination. We all know that father of immunology is Dr. Edward Jenner, who discovered vaccine to fight the smallpox in 1796. So when he discovered this vaccine, the people of that time might not had a clear vision how this is going to transform the health sector of the world. But now with our naked eyes, we are witnessing that how the vaccines are helpful fighting and preventing the diseases and also securing safe and ensuring future to everyone in the world. But recently, the data team of Hindu they done a study and they found that nearly 16 lakhs children in India did not receive any vaccine in the year 2023. So this raises concern. So now we are going to study what is vaccine, what are the different types of vaccine, what are the different types of immunology, and what are the major initiatives taken by the government of India to ensure vaccination, and what is the current problem that we are facing in ensuring the vaccination of people. So first we will begin with the mains question. Let me read out this question for you. What is the basic principle behind vaccine development? How do vaccines work? What approaches were taken by the Indian vaccine manufacturers to produce COVID-19 vaccine? So this is a 15 marks question. So you have to write about 250 words. First, we will begin with what are vaccines. So vaccines are a set of medicines protect us against serious diseases. So how? This enhances the immune system and prevents the pathogens. And what is the important feature of this vaccine? So it mimics natural infection without causing illness. That means if you take a vaccination, any vaccination, you will experience certain dizziness, tired, or mild cold or fever for some days. So actually, it is not an illness. That means the vaccine preparing our immune system to fight the pathogen inside our body. So it is not actually illness, it is just mimicking the natural infection. So this brings us to a question: what is active and passive immunity? So what is immunity? Immunity is the ability of the human body to fight pathogens or any kind of disease. So people with low immunity will experience frequent illness, such things like that, but people with good immunity will not experience frequent illness or any difficulties in their daily life. There are two types of immunity: active immunity and passive immunity. What is active immunity? Active immunity occurs when an immune system produces antibody in response to the presence of a pathogen. Okay, that means the immune system produces antibodies in response to the presence of a pathogen. Okay, this can happen naturally or artificially through vaccination. So the example is recovering from chickenpox. So most of us have experienced chickenpox once in a lifetime. So the fact is we will experience the chickenpox only once in the time, because it won't happen for a second time for most of the people, but there are exceptions are there. And second is passive immunity. So passive immunity, the other hand, is provided when a person is given antibodies rather than producing. So the best example is baby receiving antibodies from the mother. With this, we are moving on to important vaccination programs in India. So there are three important vaccination programs in India. First one is the Universal Immunization Program, launched in the year 1985. Second is Mission Indradhanush, launched in 2014. And later we intensified the mission, that is Indradhanush 2.0 2020. Okay, and the biggest success program is the National Polio Surveillance Project, launched in the year 1997. Okay, first we will start with Universal Immunization Program. So this started with launched with an objective to provide free vaccines to fight TB, diphtheria, pertussis, tetanus, polio, measles, and later this program also included vaccines to fight hepatitis B, HIV, Japanese encephalitis. And second program is National Polio Surveillance Project, which was launched in the year 1997. So this is an instrument policy in polio eradication. Now we have to note that India is currently declared as polio-free nation, and in Asia the polio is almost eradicated, but it is still existing in certain parts of Pakistan and Afghanistan. Other than that, Asia is almost polio-free, and India is declared as polio-free. Okay, and third program is Mission Indradhanush, launched in the year 2014, and intensified Mission Indradhanush 2.0 in 2020. This is launched with an objective to achieve maximum immunization. That means it is giving special focus to unvaccinated or partially vaccinated children and pregnant women, and also increases immunization coverage to reach underserved population. And now we are going to discuss what are the different types of vaccination. So there are 6 types of vaccine. Life attenuated, which means weakened pathogens, example MMR, oral polio vaccine and all. And inactivated vaccine, which means killed pathogens, that is inactivated polio vaccine, hepatitis A and all. And third one is subunit or recombinant or conjugate vaccine. So parts of pathogens, it contains parts of pathogens. The best example of this vaccine is hepatitis B and HPV, human papilloma virus. Okay. And third is toxiod. It contains inactivated bacterial toxins. The best example is diphtheria and tetanus. And third is messenger RNA or mRNA vaccine. So it is recently we came across this vaccine in the fight against COVID-19. So the best example is Pfizer, Moderna vaccines used in the COVID-19. And last, R21 or Matrix M malaria vaccine. So recently WHO recommended. And now we are going to see what are the vaccine side effects. Okay, so we can classify the side effects into mild and serious side effects. Mild side effects includes pain, redness, swelling, muscle pain or joint pain, fatigue, headache, fever, and all. Serious side effects rarely includes blood clotting disorders and all. And now we are going to discuss what is a major problem that we are facing in our journey to achieve maximum immunization or vaccination. So the major problem is vaccine hesitancy. Vaccine hesitancy means reluctance or refusal to take a vaccine. That means here the vaccines are available, but the people are not ready to accept and take it. Therefore, we are also going to discuss what are the measures can be taken to overcome this issue. Before understanding about the measures to overcome this issue, we have to understand what are the reasons behind this vaccine hesitancy. When something comes new to the society or to the public, immediately with the help of social media and all, certain myth will be spread. So this will create a misunderstanding among the people, and this will lead to mistrust. That means the people are not ready to trust the vaccine. So this we witnessed this the two phenomena in our fight against COVID-19. So there are many myths as well as misinformation spread in social media during the vaccination program against the COVID-19, and cultural beliefs. That means certain people, especially the minority communities isolated in difficult terrain and all, they are not ready to accept due to their cultural beliefs and safety concerns. So safety concerns in the COVID-19 scenario also, we saw that many people were concerned about their cardiac as well as their reproductive health when they took the vaccine. So these kind of things mostly happens due to the misinformation spread through the social media. Now we are going to discuss what other measures can be taken to overcome this. First step is creating public awareness, and for that the government can use mass media, social media. For this, to ensure this, we need a proper coordination between the medical sector and the government. And second is engage community leaders. So we know that the community leaders, especially India is a land of diversity. So therefore, the community leaders, different communities plays a major role. Therefore, there is a huge importance for the community leaders, because the people will always listen to. So if we can convince the community leaders, then definitely it will be a major step that we are taking to ensure vaccination, because the people will follow the community leaders. And third is addressing misinformation. That means finding the source of the misinformation and destroying it in the source. And for this, we need an effective cyber action. And fourth, incentive and policy. That means school admission links and financial benefits. How can we ensure this? For example, even in the fight against COVID-19, many school and education institutions ensure that the children, the students, and the workers working there were vaccinated. Fifth, healthcare provider training. That means especially in which area? Communications. For example, we know that we can send health workers into difficult terrain and all to provide vaccines, but the people in that terrain or that region will be isolated from the main area. So therefore, they will have a kind of mentality to refuse the vaccine. So in this time, if we can train the health workers, especially in the communication skills, then definitely they can convince the people to take the medicine. Okay. And finally, improving accessibility. That means here includes infrastructure development, more vaccination centers, and also mobile units. So it will ensure vaccination in every nook and corner of the country, including the very isolated remote regions. So with this, we are coming to the conclusion of this topic, and let's move on to the next topic. So this news article is talking about the recently held election for the European Union Parliament. The topic for here is what is European Union and what is its objective, the relation between India and the European Union. So we are going to discuss these four things from the prelims point of view. So first we will see the European Union. European Union is a group of 27 countries in Europe who agreed to work together and help each other. So we can see that the history of European Union or the idea can be traced back to the Second World War. So we know that after the Second World War, almost every part of the Europe was affected. So therefore, this kind of system, that means a European Union kind of system, was a comeback for the European continent. So therefore, they agreed to work together and help each other. The Secretariat of the European Union is located at Brussels, and there are two important treaties which forms the constitutional basis for this. First one is the Treaty of Rome, and second one is Treaty of Maastricht. The main aim of the treaty is to enhance European economic and political integration by creating single currency, that is euro, and second, unified foreign and security policy. Today, almost 20 countries in the European Union use the same currency that helps them to do their business every day. And while discussing the European Union, we cannot leave Schengen border-free area. So it is also a similar system, a European Union like similar system in the Europe. So we will see what is Schengen border-free area. The Schengen border-free area is an area without borders, like we said. In this area, the people can travel from one country to another country freely and easily. That means if you belongs to the Schengen country, then you can travel to another Schengen country without much formalities. Okay, that means you can go with your own bike also. And this ensures the free movement of goods, services, capital, and human resources. So this also helps in economic empowerment. And now we are going to see what are the principles that guides the European Union. There are 5 important principles that guides the European Union. First one is freedom. That means protecting the rights and the freedom of the people. Second one is democracy. That means election. That means the European Union will be ruled by the members elected by the people. Third one is equality. And fourth one is rule of law. Rule of law means the law will guide everything. And fifth one is promoting peace and stability. Now we will see what are the 3 main bodies of the European Union. First one is European Commission. The Commission is a body suggests the laws. And second thing is European Parliament. So we know that election held to that parliament only. So it consists of people elected by the people of Europe. The newly elected members of the European Parliament will elect their new leadership. And member of European Parliament will also vote to elect the new president of the European Commission. And third one is the Council of European Union. The European Parliament and the Council of European Union discusses these laws and decide if they want it or not. If they decide that the law must happen in Europe, all countries of the European Union must work to make this law happen in each of their countries. And now we are going to see what is the relationship between European Union and India. The European Union is India's largest trading partner and leading foreign investor. Almost 6,000 European companies are present in India, providing directly 2 million jobs. And now we are going to see India-European Trade and Technology Council. This mechanism allows both parties to face challenges in field of trade, technology and security. It will help to increase bilateral trade. Example, promotion of startup of recycling of e-vehicle by India-Europe under Trade and Technology Council. Now we are going to see what is the major challenge in the India-European Union relation. The major challenge in trade with the European Union is because of technical barrier to trade. The technical barrier to trade is largely because of legal requirements that countries enact to ensure that products are safe, to protect the environment and to inform consumers or for reasons of national security. Example, export of Indian products like rice, tea and pharma products have declined due to requirement of several certifications and slow registration processes. India and the European Union have different views on this regard, which are expected to be addressed as the elections are done for achieving substantial export growth. With this, we are coming to the conclusion of this topic. Let's move to the next topic. Look at this article. It talks about rejection of 51% of submissions to the PM Care Scheme. So in this background, we are going to understand about what is PM Care Scheme. The full form of PM Care Fund is Prime Minister's Citizen Assistance and Relief in Emergency Situations Fund. It was created in March 2020 to provide relief during emergencies such as COVID-19 pandemic. So with a special focus on kids or children who got orphaned in the pandemic. Similar to National Relief Fund, the Prime Minister is the ex officio chairman of PM CARES Fund. The Union Minister of Defence, Home Affairs, Finance are the ex officio trustees of this fund. Similar to Prime Minister National Relief Fund, this fund also consists entirely of voluntary contributions from individuals, organizations, and it does not get any budgetary support. Donation to this budget are exempted from Income Tax Act and will also qualify to be counted as corporate social responsibility. Important thing to note here that the PM CARES Fund has also got exception under the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act and can receive foreign donations. The fund aims to provide relief and assistance in emergency situations including pandemics, natural disasters and man-made disasters and other similar events. Talking about the contributions to this fund, the fund accepts voluntary contributions from individuals, organizations and business like we already said. Now we will see what is the fund used for. The fund collected are used for supporting various relief efforts including providing medical equipment, enhancing health infrastructure and supporting the affected population during emergency. There has been some controversy and debate regarding the transparency and management of the fund. Critics have been raised concerns about the lack of public disclosure of the fund's detailed expenditure and non-application of right to information provisions. So in this context, we can say that the PM Care Scheme is a need of time because we know that thousands of children got orphaned during the pandemic because of the loss of parents. And this will be very helpful, but at the same time, ensuring transparency of the fund is also important. That's all regarding this article. With this, we are moving on to the next article. Take a look at this article. It talks about the study conducted by 3 states in South India, which shows that a decline in the elephant population. So in this background, we are going to discuss elephants in the prelims point of view, and also we are going to see what are the initiatives taken by the government of India to protect the elephant and also the conservation status of the elephant. So first we will start with elephant. So how can we define elephant? Elephants are extremely intelligent keystone species living in the forest. Why they are called keystone? Because they play a major role in balancing the ecosystem. So broadly we can classify the elephant species into two, African elephant and Asian elephant. First we will see what is the gestation period of these two species. For African elephants, average pregnancy period will be 22 months, while Asian elephants have an average pregnancy of 80 to 20 months. Coming to the feature of Indian elephants, out of the Asian elephants, we are going to see some features of Indian elephants. So Indian elephants, scientifically we can call them Elephas maximus indicus, which represents 60% of Asian elephant population. And coming to the social setting of the Indian elephants, it is a matriarch. Okay. Male typically lives alone, but female lives in tight-knit family groups led by elderly matriarchs. Male and female lives up to 70 years. So this is the average life expectancy of Indian elephants. Now we are moving into the habitat. Lives in mainland Asia. Elephant habitats are found in forests like dry thorn forest, moist and deciduous forest, tropical evergreen forest, and secondary forest. What is the population? In India, according to the census of first ever synchronized All India elephant population estimation released by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, the total population is 27,312. Karnataka has the highest population, followed by Assam and Kerala. Calving age. The elephants do not attain sexual maturity until they are 8 to 13 years old. Coming to the conservation status. In IUCN, it is designated as endangered, while in Wildlife Protection 1972, it is placed in the schedule number 1. And coming to the CITES, that means Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Flora and Fauna, elephants are included in Appendix 1. Finally, we are going to see what are the threats faced by the elephants. Man-animal conflicts. This mainly happens to the expansion of human habitat into the forest and all. And habitat loss, the same reason, the increase in the population and encroachment of forest lands leads to habitat loss of elephants. Fragmentation, this mainly happens due to the habitat loss. When habitat loss happens, the elephants will move to different directions in search of food as well as for better habitat. Poaching, that means for profit, the humans will hunt and poach the parts of elephants for making money. And finally, climate change. So it is not only elephant, all species in the world are currently facing the threat of climate change, like global warming, forest fire, like that. Now we are moving on to what are the Indian government initiatives to conserve elephants. First one is Project Elephant, launched by Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change in 1992 for restoration and reduce its threats. Regarding this scheme, there are 33 elephant reserves established in 14 major states. 33rd elephant reserve is the Terai Elephant Reserve of Uttar Pradesh. There are 100 plus elephant corridors in India. Second program is MIKE, Monitoring of Illegal Killing of Elephants program, was inaugurated in South Asia in 2003. India is a participator to this program. Third one is Hathi Meri Sati campaign at the elephant. As a part of this program, 8 ministerial meeting in New Delhi conducted by the Ministry of Environment and Forest with the Wildlife Trust of India. And now we will move on to some additional information regarding this ancient elephant. As a part of this, we will see what is the difference between African and Asian elephants. African elephants, both the male and female will have tusk, but in the case of Asian elephant, only the male will have tusk. And coming to the case of ears, African elephants will have large ears, but the Asian elephants will have only smaller and rounded ears. And coming to the weight, the body mass, African elephants will come around 8,000 kg, while Indian elephants will come around 5,000 to 5,500 kg. Coming to the size, African elephants are much larger in size and the Asian elephants are comparatively smaller in size. That's all for today's discussion, and with this we are moving on to the prelims questions. Look at the first question. So the question is, consider the following statements regarding PM Care Funds. So there are two statements. First statement, PM Care Fund is funded through both budgetary allocations as well as voluntary contributions from individuals and organizations. Statement 2, funds under PM Care are spent for meeting the expense of disaster response, relief and also for mitigation purpose. Which of the following statements is or are correct? Option A, 1 only. Option B, 2 only. Option C, both 1 and 2. And option D, neither 1 nor 2. So we will see the answer. The correct answer is option B, 2 only. So we will check why statement 1 is incorrect. The statement 1 is incorrect because it is funded only through the voluntary contributions. There is no budgetary allocation for PM Care Fund. Okay, with this we are moving on to the next question. The next question is regarding elephants. So there are 3 statements. Consider the following statements. Statement 1, forest elephant is a subspecies of Asiatic elephant. Statement 2, Mudumalai National Park for elephants is protected under Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. Statement 3, Jharkhand has the highest elephant reserves in terms of area. Which of the following statements are incorrect? Option A, 1 and 2. Option B, 2 and 3. option C 1, 2 and 3, and option D only 1. We will see the answer. The correct answer is option D only 1. So now let's see why statement 1 is incorrect. Forest elephant is a subspecies of African elephants, not Asiatic elephant. Another subspecies of African elephant is African bush elephant or the African savanna elephant. Therefore, the statement 1 is incorrect. So note that forest elephant is not the subspecies of Asiatic elephant. With this, we will move to the last question. This question is associated with the European Union. Consider the following statements given below. Statement 1, European Union has 28 members including UK. Statement 2, it was formally established by the Treaty of Maastricht. Which of the following statements are correct? Option A, 1 only. Option B, 2 only. Option C, 1 and 2. Option D, neither 1 nor 2. Now we will see the answer. The answer is option B, 2 only. Let's check why statement 1 is incorrect. The statement 1 is incorrect because European Union has only 27 members because in 2020 UK left the European Union, and that is famously known as Brexit. That's all regarding our today's discussion. And before leaving this channel, don't forget to subscribe and like, and also give your valuable comments, and also ensure that you are sharing this content with your friends to make the competition more healthy. Once again, thank you.